Do Mohawks keep your head warm in the winter? I know he's going for the team spirit look, but in this cold weather, I'm not sure about that. Number 1 Burlington at number 2 10 Sleep. First quarter, Burlington wearing the black, down 4-3 early on. Then the defense would show up. Jess McNiven swipes the pass and he's taking off. He almost did not make it, and he almost did not put enough on the finish, but he got the drop, and the Huskies now lead 5-4. They were mushing forward on this next highlight. This is Daniel Davidson leading the pack. The senior's going to finish things himself for 2 of his 20 points, and last year's 1A state runner-ups now have a 7-4 advantage. 10 Sleep would rely on their experience, and they got all of it back from last year. Logan Birmingham's going to burn the nets for 3, and the Pioneers are right back in this game with the score tied up at 7. But the opposition had a decent amount of experience themselves. Preston Wardell shows he's been practicing his turnaround jumpers. He chipped in with 15, and the boys in black go up 9-7. As for the home team, they knew how to take it to the hoop at times themselves. Here comes Frisco Erdahl, driving, scoring, and having fun. His team was within striking distance, down 13-10 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, now take this into account. The 5 players you just saw, you're going to see them a lot because they account for most of the scoring in this game. McNiven gets inside, draws the contact, gets the whistle and the bucket. 13 points for the sophomore, and Burlington's up 15-10. At this point, both teams know who is getting the ball. Now the trick was stopping them. James Davidson knew what was going on this play. He was not able to make the save, but he was able to stop the onslaught for a little while. The home team would eventually find themselves down by 8 and needed to make a move soon. Erdahl knows it, and he'll do something on this baseline drive. That helped a little, but his team is still down 18-12. The visitors were picking up the pace. McNiven will take the lob, and he's got his defender beat for an easy basket. This game was actually the first 1A opponent so far this season for the boys in black. They're up 20-12 at this point. The Pioneers kept hanging around some. Erdahl tried another drive, but this time he would hit the brakes and settle for a jumper. The senior had 22 points on the game, although they're down 20-14. Only one player was better than that, and that was Erdahl's teammate, Birmingham. He did some of his damage from behind the arc like this one here. 23 points were his total numbers. 10 Sleep still trails 23-19. The Huskies did do a better job overall on defense. Nicholas Carzales picks off that pass, and there's no one between him and the hoop. That lay-in would keep Burlington on top 27-20 going into the locker room. Third quarter, the home team would start working on a comeback. Birmingham is outside the line again, and that's where he likes to be. He did his job and then some, but his club is still down 27-23. Let me reiterate myself. The senior likes to be on the far side of the three-point line. Have I made my point yet? He certainly has. The Pioneers trail by 2, 31-29, which is the closest they have been in quite some time. Burlington was not about ready to give up the lead, though. They would regroup. This play was not by design. Daniel Davidson just happened to come up with the ball off of the awkward bounce. He'll sink a jumper to push the lead back up to 8. It's 37-29. 10 Sleep needed to get some inside scoring going because threes only work so many times. That's what Erdahl was for. He'll score quickly off the inbounds, but his team is still on the wrong end of a 39-31 score. The Huskies kept it together for a while and made the tough shots. Daniel Davidson was able to get around one defender for a lay-in, and the visitors had a double-digit lead of 43-31 going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, the advantage would swell a little more. Daniel Davidson again going right through the lane to polish off a 14-2 run for the boys in black. The lead is at 14, the biggest in the game. It's 45-31. But as you're about to find out, that cushion was not safe. Erdahl thought about the 3, and then he figured that he better just stick to doing what he does best, scoring 2 instead. Home team still down 45-34. Every point was starting to make a difference, slowly but surely. Erdahl off the inbounds again, and there's still time. Pioneers trail 47-37. The senior was the one starting to develop the hot hand, and in this case, he'd take Birmingham's place. Here comes 3, wake-up call. 10 Sleep was serving one, and they're getting closer. It's 47-40. They did need to get someone else in on the act. The 2 seniors could not do all the scoring themselves. How about Elias Huff? Huffing and puffing his way in for a basket. His team is down 5. It's 47-42. The opposition was having a little bit of a scoring problem and needed to get something going soon. McNiven's going to work his way to the hoop and give his team a little relief. They're up 51-43. The Pioneers kept coming. Erdahl was on fire, and he'll burn the nets again for 3. But the problem was that they needed at least one more person to step in with some more scoring, and it did not happen. Burlington would hang on to win 54-51 to remain undefeated.